Okay, the live stream should be starting up soon. Please give me a moment to make sure everything is set up properly. And looks like my microphone's good to go. I don't know why I hit my microphone pretty hard this morning, so I want to make sure it's still working fine. Link. Hit the YouTube thumbnail. YouTube should be good to go. Twitch seems good to go. Rumble's description. And there we go. I think Rumble's now good to go. Let me just go ahead and make sure my other computer is good. We're almost having a bit of trouble loading on up. It should be good to go. I'll just have to look back after the first game in order to see what's going on with it. But either way, let's go ahead and get started. We got a lot of replays, all of them with different patches pretty much, so we're going to go have to cast one, or cast a handful, switch to a different patch, and cast another handful, that sort of thing. So, let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and great here of another Kane's Wrath replay. Spawn on the left side as the cyan Nod, we have Futurama. Spawn on the right side as the green GDI, we have Chaos Sit. Looks like it's a Nod for GDI, time old enemies. You got a watchtower drafting. You got this barracks up here. No drafted squads up here. He's going to play a little bit cheap out. Let's draft one squad there. It is pretty reliable. I don't think there's ever a possibility for the engineer to be intercepted going up here unless you're really delayed with your barracks. You now have the saboteur up here, a handful of militant squads advancing on forward over here. This squad is so hard to see in the minimap. This game's minimap is not really visible. Renault 3 did improve it, but also made it worse in some ways. Militant squads do get a good volley down the rifleman squad. Rifleman squad is just trying to run away. He does use the superior speed of these Rifleman squad to run away from the militant squads. He does have lost one of his members there, and this Rifleman squad is going to get a scout off. Over here, do you have a war factory? Nowhere near the refinery. And sorry about that. You may hear me cough occasionally. I'm still a little bit sick. And this militant squad is pursuing this Rifleman. This Rifleman they're trying to dig in. He should be able to dig in time before getting wiped out. Does see some bullets there. Looks like one, maybe two models went down there. And the militant squad should almost go down. Nope, he does survive out there. And this squad will go and get a nice scout off. The chain guns and the harvesters could rip them apart, no problem. Another militant squad there. And, ooh, flame tanks. What has green seen?
Harvester under attack.
This is not player. This is what green seen. There was actually quite a bit of vision there, so that he did spot the flame tank, but did he actually see it with his own eyes? He's going to need to get out some pit bulls out as soon as possible, and whatever pops out here will give us indication he should immediately pause the harvester before deploying out. And there we go. He's canceled or paused something there. That looks like a pit bull, maybe an APC. Where's that flame tank? Right there. Watchtower's here. Now you got a pit bull. Flame tank will get some good damage there on that refinery. I think that refinery will go down. Yeah, that refinery's definitely going down. Oh, no, body blocks of a silo. Very good, but he body blocks his own Pitbull as well. Pitbull has plenty of health. 3 Pitbulls are now out in the field. And Flame Tanks do decent damage versus Pitbulls as well. Does take out that Flame Tank. He does have 5 harvesters here, so when he rebuilds his refinery, it will be oversaturated, but now got an airfield deployed on the field. He's going to be having trouble with his income at the moment because he does not have enough refineries to drop off the tip. I think he sold off his operations center to get out the flame tank there, and that's where he got his black hand from. Which also cleared out the garrison, and this Tiberian Spike will go down. Militant Squad does gun up the Orca a little bit. Green Science now has spotted the Orca, and the Orca's now makes its way forward. Is that attack bike? Scorpion tanks. So it's going to just eat the Orcas that can come on board. Large number of Scorpion tanks being employed on out. And this blue tib is being claimed by the Nod player. Green could potentially spot it. Doesn't see the harvester, but maybe sees the missing Tiberium. Orca does come in a run in to hit these Scorpion tanks. That's probably a good idea. There's just so many Scorpion tanks here. His economy has been hurt and stalled out, so he needs those Orcas to engage these Scorpion tanks and does force them back. So that single Orca did its job quite well, but now I've got multiple Orcas split on the field. You have some tack bikes here for defense as well. And here comes the pit bulls. And since these Scorpion tanks are corralled back at home, Green has a bit of time to play around with the fact in building up his economy, because if your opponent is not attacking you, you can take time to expand out with safety. But these Black Hand are going to get the other Tiberium Spike. That's quite a bit of Tiberium down. Was that an Orca? No, that looked like a attack bike that went down there. 2 Orcas are dead, so it looks like Orcas hit attack bikes, but they does lose a large number of Orcas to those attack bikes. Hippos are falling back, but the Black Hand gets the kill on the Tiberian Spike. Seriously, today I think just go quiet. Okay. Sorry about that. That was just like, everything's quiet. Is my hearing going bad? But nope. Now got the Orcas pushing way forward. All 4 Orcas are firing away. Gets a number of kills. A little bit overkill as well. Some rear armor exposed towards those pit bulls, so a lot of extra damage on some of those Scorpion tanks. These pit bulls should be able to deal with the Scorpion tank. They do manage to take out the Scorpion tank, but it looks like the attack bikes do get some hits there on the Orcas. All the Orcas are still alive. There's still a large number of attack bikes and Raider buggies here. There's not, however, a whole lot of pit bulls here for defense. This harvest has a bit of fire there, but not being focused down anymore. Some of the pit bulls are going down. Watchtower's now back online, and the Black Hand from earlier the game does manage to take out that power plant. That does put in low power as well. So those Scorpions have been cleaned on up, and this harvester will gun down some of these and crush the Black Hand. Attack bikes and Raider buggies are falling back. He potentially could have got a kill on that harvester. He didn't really hit that harvester all too much. There are currently 6 harvesters down here, and looks like there's 4 harvesters up here. Brains, Tiberium's in full motion. Science, not so much. Orcas push way forward, does see the volley there, but they do fall back in time. This self-tank will manage, not self-tank, harvester will, use a scan right there, but did not find that harvester. The harvester already back over here. Hit balls pushing way forward. Got double war factor here. He's finally got it with power. That may be a defensive watchtower. Could be a guardian cannon. Definitely not a sonic emitter. He does not have a tech lab. He has a good number of predator tanks here. They all have their. I think that's like the not anniversary edition, but the pre-order edition skin right there, because it's just a little bit more blue. Not blue, whitish, grayish, palish. Not the traditional APC color. Let's just leave it at that. Pitbull's making the way forward. Does find a good volley onto the harvester. Finds another volley there. Now got stealth tanks on the field. Stealth tanks do get both a good volley there. The Pitbulls can spot them and get some damage onto them. Or no damage onto them. Now he knows about the 3 stealth tanks, as well as avatars in the middle of the map. These Orcas may have spotted those avatars. SAM site does split its rockets a bit there. Orcas are falling back, but now we got the Predator tanks advancing forward. The Avatars will do some great damage there. Almost like the blowing out. He could have put it behind the MCB to not sustain as much damage there, but Almost like will go down after only finding one shot. Avatars will focus down. Vertigo's coming for bomb runs. Great bomb runs there. Annihilates a good number of those tanks. Still takes advancing forward, takes out the APC. Orcas pushing way forward, takes out a number of those Avatars, even getting some kills onto the Husks. He takes out one stealth tanks, two stealth tanks will go down. The Orcas all go down. All the Avatars go down, but two of the Husks still remain. Orca bomb run onto the Obelisk of Light. He's focused on the Husks there, takes out all the Husks there, thanks to some good splash damage there. This Obelisk of Light will fire one more volley there. Maybe he'll pick off this wounded one as well. Gets an even good hit there on the Avatar. Obelisk of Light does go down. These Predator tanks are quite wooden. Going for expansion, he has a lot of harvesters to pick up that Tiberium, just not a lot of depositing places. Now it's going to be a bit of a messy fight for this area. We easily see Spectres and Juggernauts in the near future. You have the Tech Lab here. Something just got researched there. It was not railgun, so maybe AA rounds could be. Maybe that was that blue bar I saw was maybe the Tech Lab itself being deployed out. It seemed like it was going pretty fast, and all this research does take a decent amount of time. Though could have been Pitbull mortar. I have to find some Pitbulls still alive on the field, and don't see them on the minimap all too well. Avatars pushing way forward, getting some great kills there onto these Predator tanks. These Predator tanks will go ahead and go on down. Nothing being researched at Tech Lab. There's actually no research at Tech Lab, so that building bar I saw was just it being deployed out. Now we do have some Juggernauts on the field. Scan does come forward, does spot some of these stealth tanks. Also, I'm going to take a drink from my drink so you may hear it. I love how I just looked at the minimap and I saw every single Tiberium node just pop up some green tip at the same time. So apparently they all synced up together. It's not some random time. Ooh, mine drop there. Get some great hits there on this Mammoth tank. Harvester receive a bit of hits as well. The Mammoth tank's going to need a lot of repairs to get that back up and going. And oops, a hit. We do have these stealth tanks facing forward. Spot by the Riflemen, getting caught up on the Riflemen. And does manage to crush some of the Riflemen there. And there goes all of those. And ooh, all the Juggernauts go down. I think it was a vertical bomb run plus some Spectre artillery. The mix of them both takes them all out. Mammoth tank is still alive. Harvester's getting hit. They're also wounded. He may need to fall them back. Another Sonic Emitter on the field. Gets a good hit there. Still no railguns there. Mammoth tank does go down. He's going to take out those Juggernaut Husks. Not going to allow his opponent to recapture them. Not going to bother securing them. And his opponent has backed on the game now. This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. And while that's sort of loading, I need to double check my Rumble stream. Couldn't get it seen by my other computer. Just one moment. Yep, it's going. I think it was because I don't know why I was running a bit slow. I noticed that Rumble got its new UI update, which is much better. Dark blue is definitely better than white. So the text is still the same. Still could use some improvement, but I don't know how to improve it. I'm not a UI designer. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Kane's Wrath replay. It's on the north side as the yellow Zocom. We have Nanu Wolin Wama. Spawn on the south side as the orange random. We have Zemeister. Ever pronounce that? Extermeister? I have no idea. Let's see now. It is Zocom. So it's a Zocom mirror. You don't really see Zocom all too often, and now we do have a mirror matchup. Rifleman squad advancing forward. They may find the Rifleman squads. There's no... The Tiberium spikes on the bottom corners of the map. Wasn't the Tiberium spikes like here and here? So this map update may have just changed the Tiberium spikes to safe spikes rather than contestable spikes. Probably because some factions can do it contest Tiberium spikes much easier. Nod has the worst time, and probably Black Kane and even Mark of Kane could probably do it the best. Screen can be hit or miss. Depends how many buzzers you throw at your opponent. This rifleman squad will receive some Tiberium poisoning, so he's going to... This is a primary scouting squad. He really must make sure he gets scout, and this foxhole is going to rip them apart. They all get gunned down there. We've got another foxhole here, and looks like another rifleman squad does get gunned down. So both sides will not get any sort of scouting, and yellow is rushing. We do have a APC of an engineer being pushed on forward. I doubt he's eyeing for the EMP control centers going off to the side. So he's going to try for some sort of APC capture. We do, of course, have rocket harvesters for Zocom, which I'm not exactly sure how effective those rockets are versus APCs, honestly. Since your opponent has gone denied your scouting, maybe a good idea to go for an early pitbull just in case. The harvesters can be brought off the line to hit that APC. Good damage there on that APC now, and should have. And there's the engineer watchtower lining up a shot. It gets gunned down before the war factory gets captured. And now the rocket harvester should manage to finish it off, or maybe not. Can't fire while docked. APC still alive, maybe able to retrieve it. More rocket harvesters over here. And it looks like both players are eyeing their expansion now. Oh, I heard a bit of fire there. Must have mistaken. Oh, that icon must have been the guys getting to some Tiberium poisoning. Where is that APC? Did that APC lay some landmines over here? Does not look like it. And it was the APC did go down there. How annoying would it be if the APC would have took time to deploy landmines in this Tiberium field? Do you also have this rifleman squad from the northern Zocom player, yellow Zocom? So you should be able to detect anything that advances forward. And now this refinery has been blown out and has been turned off. Multiple harvesters have been pushed over here. He could perhaps, since he pushed so many harvesters over there, he could perhaps take time to sell off one of these refineries. Though currently both have harvesters docked into them. Sell off one of the refineries. This one's more exposed because you don't need them at this point in time. Over here, yellow has not deployed out any refineries just yet, and he has gone for an airfield. Looks like he's low on Tiberium. Low on credits. We got a good wave of pit bulls being plotted as well, so yellow's eyeing for more aggression. Orange is nice, being happy with contenting with the eco, and now I've got orange actually is going to push forward some pit bulls. So he's sort of just dancing around a little bit, maybe trying to scout out. But he may have saw these pit bulls there. He does have this garrisoned, so he did spot these pit bulls, and now the pit bulls will engage in the pit bulls. But it looks like orange has a significantly more number of pit bulls here. Yellow does get a good first shot there, and now we'll be getting some great damage on one of these pit bulls. One pit bull does go down for orange. Orange still has plenty of numerical advantage. We may see this orc. No, those are pit bulls. I was thinking about the orc was advancing forward. Does take out the foxhole, no problem. Yellow still getting some good damage there, and does push forward to reverse move a couple of more pit bulls. You have these riflemen being de-garrisoned. We're seeing a lot of rocket fire there. Does get splashed down right there. Now orange is going to advance forward of a massive wave of pit bulls. He could perhaps eye for a tech lab in order to get a pit bull mortar. If there's many pit bulls, it may be a good idea to go for that mortar. And that garrison foxhole does get destroyed out as well. This is his garrison there. Yellow's going to try to defend these pit bulls. There's something queued up right there. Multiple defensive watchtowers have been put on the field. We also have armor-piercing rounds as well. And those are hammerheads, not orcas. Has gotten already ceramic armor as well, so these are already fully upgraded hammerheads, just not fully garrisoned. And honestly, against pitbulls, either going for rockets or for riflemen wouldn't be half bad. Rockets would probably do a lot of overkill against pitbulls, so the riflemen, loading up all those hammerheads with riflemen wouldn't be half bad. Would be able to target independently a little bit better, not overkill as much. Pitbulls receiving much needed repairs. Of course, hammerheads are not going to be very useful when your opponent has mass pitbulls. Green's a little bit low in Tiberium. He does have 2 refineries here. He's a little bit backed up. And yellow may want to start eyeing an expansion now. He does pull out Tech Lab now, which of course you don't have access to railguns as Zocom. You still have access to the mortar as well as tungsten AA rounds. What the hell? Triple airfield right here. Sells off one of them because there's just far too many. And now I've got these Predator tanks advancing on forward. Predator tanks could draw quite a bit of fire for him. Rifleman, of course, does spot it. And, oh, I think those may have been Bloodhounds. There's 2 veteran ones there. Yep, he does pull out Bloodhounds, having access to both the veteran APCs and veteran pitbulls. These horses are being shooten at one at a time, so Yellow's swatting them down one time, but here comes a massive wave of pitbulls. He needs to start focusing out those hammerheads. They took so much splash damage there. All the hammerheads are now down thanks to that splash damage. Orange now advancing on forward as well. It's a very, very messy fight. It's very messy. I think Yellow will manage to hold the line. Harvester's getting some good damage on it, but I have received a lot of abuse themselves. And it looks like Orange's pitbulls are now being focused down there by these hammerheads. Hammerheads will need some repairs. And almost all Yellow's pitbulls are down as well. But now got Orange's hammerheads advancing on forward. Getting some great damage there. Some of them are filled up with some riflemen. Orange hammerheads are almost down. And we've got tungsten AA, or slingshot deployed on outfield. No tungsten AA. This is time to get out tungsten armor piercing rounds because both sides can go for mass hammerheads because it's Zocom. They have ceramic plate armor. They get some very, very durable aircraft. Looks like both sides have backed off from each other. Orange has gotten his first refinery down for expansion. Yellow has not moved his harvester just yet. And this Tib spike has not been claimed. That is somewhat to note. Let's see. Tech Center does not have tungsten AA rounds being researched. And there's no tech lab over here, is there? Wait. Marv? Yellow has gone for Marv. He needs to get out some Zocom Zone Raiders deployed on to help really buff up the Marv. Zone Raider Marv is very, very good. I think those are some Zone Raiders, maybe some Engineers. You can perhaps take time to deploy out an Engineer to capture the Tiberium Spike. Double barracks as well. Zone Raiders are not that quick. They even shoot laser fencing the Reclamator Hub. Zone Raider now deployed on the field. Oh, and now we've got these Predator tanks pushing way forward, but these hammerheads are able to quickly take them out, though some of these harps are quite wounded. That may have been just meant for a reconnaissance. An armored recon force, if you will. Orange now has both refineries over here. Has a bit too many harvesters for these refineries, so he does not need to... Losing harvesters will be fine this time. Has put an armory here. Giant eye for like it's a man spam. Probably going to get the Tiberium Field suit upgrade. And... oh! Get those out of the field. Wait. Okay, that Rifleman Squad... These Rifleman Squads have the, Missile Trooper symbols. That has to be a bug there. Wait, they're also yellow? Are these guys... okay, we do got the, armor there. That was a bit weird. They had a different armor scheme as well. And he did lose a large number of those Rifleman models. Oh, what did I miss here? We do have these hammerheads pushing way forward. I think these hammerheads... more hammerheads got shot down over here. Yellow's now eyeing to long this harvest and does manage to take a swipe of his Marv as well. Yellow must be a bit hurting on his economy. He's gone for triple Zone Raider in the back of that Marv and 1 engineer. Usually people go for 2 and 2, but this time it's a 3 and 1. Hyperium suit missile squads now advancing on forward. He will spot Yellow's Harvester there. Yellow's Harvester does get a crush on one of those models, does 3 of the models, and does take out that Harvester now. Bloodhounds have been deployed on the field to support out the Marv, and now got more Bloodhounds being deployed on the field, and the... what's it called? The Pitbulls do take a quick pass at them, takes out the airfield now. Got a large number of slingshots in this region, which they could actually push forward, lawn mow, and run down these missile squads. But now the Mars advancing forward are annihilating this infrastructure. We've got a rig here. The rig can be... that's Yellow's rig? No, yeah, that's actually Yellow's rig. It's hard to tell, but that is Yellow's rig. So he did push a rig to support out the Mars for forward repairs. So these single shots are being pushed on forward. A large number of these troops have been cleaned on up, and now they're all almost kind of cleaned up, barring the Bloodhounds of his opponent. Over here, this Marv still cleaving through Orange's base. Don't really want to lose all that infrastructure there. That infrastructure is still important. He's pull back all these missile squads to deal with that Marv. He has to point out, needs power. He needs to pay less upward command for a shockwave artillery. Rig needs to stop, not get too close, pack up or set up on early to get the repairs for the Marv. And here comes shockwave artillery. Does get a direct hit there onto the Marv, and the battle base does get hit as well, denying those repairs. Zone Raider drop pods have been put out on the field as well, getting a nice flank, taking out the rig there, and get some great damage there on the Marv. Zone Raiders, of course, very effective. Pitbulls pushing way forward, but his Pitbulls is not what we see used against Zone Raiders. We got some slingshots here. Those are orange slingshots. Yellow does, of course, lose a Marv, but he's going to be expanded down south. Orange has consumed most of his Tiberium. You may want just a long-distance harvest for this stuff here. We saw he had a lot of harvester. He does not need to expand out normally. Let's get a fully heroic slingshot by running over infantry. And even though it's the same damage, it will heal himself back up. Got a Grenadier here. Could throw them perhaps inside the APCs while at it. Might as well. But as I was saying beforehand, Orange has so many harvesters, he can long distance harvest these fields. He does not have to re-expand. There's no Tiberium field suits for these yellow infantry. Looks like it's going to go for mass APC riflemen. Very, very nice. He still has the Reclamator hub as well. That could be another Marv. And a Marv load up of riflemen wouldn't necessarily be half bad. Oh, that's definitely not a Marv. Much smaller than Marv. And has a couple extra set of wheels. This infantry is getting annihilated. He does not have a whole lot of riflemen to escort his forces, but now got the APCs advancing forward. Load up with some of them, will load up with some vanilla riflemen. But also a single Predator to take here. That's very important. And now got a Orbital Strike now running on top of a Reclamator hub. Most of these rocket troops have been cleaned on up, but there's still a handful of Predators which will give Yellow a bit of problems for his defense. That Orbital Strike was not worth it. Most of the time, Orbital Strike is just not worth it. His defense has gone down, and now the Reclamator hub is still seeing a bit of fire. The APCs have seen a bit of repairs. Sells off the board, does get the Reclamator hub destroyed. He has a single Zone Raider there. If he has an armor still around, he can throw the Zone Raider into the armor to get it fully reinforced. And this AP armor is starting to focus down these Predator tanks. Predator tanks are a good transition currently against his opponent's current composition. Predator tanks have been cleaned on up. Is the armory still on the field? No, we do not see the armory still on the field. Orange does fall back to this army here. Looks like all the Zone Raiders went down. Zone Raiders do have a missile pod on their back for anti-aircraft purposes. Good damage there from those Zone Raiders dropped by a drop pod. Not every day you actually see them actually deployed out like that. APCs coming to respond to deal with these Zone Raiders. Zone Raiders can sustain a bit of abuse. And they managed to save the war factory as well. Yellow has a good number of APCs and could buy for a counterattack. Orange needs to pull out more Predator tanks and not more missile squads. Though putting missile squads inside the APCs wouldn't be half bad. And Orange actually has expanded down south. And Yellow as well. Both APCs or MCVs in this region. We got multiple watchtowers pulled out by Orange here. Yellow's facing forward with all of these APCs. Looks like the Zone Raider, she is loaded up in the back of one of those APCs. And the pit bulls are getting a bit of damage there. Except some of those pit bulls, we got pit bull mortar pulled up by Orange. And Orange looks like will force Yellow out of this region. Just not enough APCs, not enough items to counter the opponent's APCs. Yellow's trying to save his APC, but APC does go down. Still good, and these APCs are starting to be whittled down as well, so they just need to fall back. They're oh so wounded. Oh, got a single hammerhead there going down to the missile squads and slingshots. There's far too many slingshots for that. Where's all the harvesters for Yellow? It does keep that one there, which can help clean up those fields. More hammerheads here. Nya's side has gone for the tungsten AA shells, so these slingshots only do the base damage, not any additional damage. And this harvester pushed a little too far. Fires off one rocket before going down. Slingshots push way forward, get some good volleys there on those hammerheads. One of them do go down. Airfield will now go down. These pitbull mortars do some great damage for structures. Gotta be careful with the slingshots. Orca bomber run gets a good hit there, slicing through a number of those pitbulls. Upgraded power plant may go down as well. Blade defense the command post. Yellow's now advancing forward. Still no Predator tank support out Yellow. Some of these slingshots are going to be hit as well. You know, those slingshots could allow them to get some more damage onto those other units with aircraft, but the pitbulls, or not the pitbulls and the APCs can hit air. Mortar hits there onto that refinery. Gets some of those rocket infantry squads. As we got the refinery there, and now just going to be focused on the pitbulls first, as well as the missile squads. Good focus firing there, and the slingshot goes forward for some more crushes. This rocket harvester is seeing a lot of fire there. The missile launch on the back of the harvester just does not have a lot of range. It's really not that. Don't rely on the missiles unless you're really desperate. Yellow still has plenty of Tiberian here to collect. Orange is scraping the bottom of the barrel. We do now have a Marv being blown out. Sells off the Reclamator hub, immediately throws that Zone Raider into the Marv. And I've got engineer, another engineer. Could perhaps deploy out something to get out another Zone Raider, an armory. Or could perhaps throw a missile squad in the back of it. Oh, there's another Zone Raider. There still has a power plant up there, interestingly enough. And Yellow does not have MCV. We do now have a Zone Shatterer deployed on the field. Does have the Overload Beam ability. Oh yeah, Zone Shatterer like fires off something a little bit different, right? It's not the sound ability. I always forget that Zone Shatterer even exists. It's hard to even remember sometimes this regular Shatterer even exists. Good damage there. Guess cleaning through some of these Predator tanks. Orange space is being gutted. And we've got some yellow Predators here as well. Marv's now advancing them forward. It should be very effective for all this infrastructure. Yellow still has his power plant up here, so it's going to become a base race situation very, very quickly. Orange sells off all that infrastructure. Why did the Orange sell off all that infrastructure? I'm not sure where Orange's MCV is at. Hope he's packed up and moved out, because he only has a barracks remains here. There's Orange's MCV. That's where it is. This power plant's being picked on up. Yellow still has that power plant up north. And Yellow's infrastructure will go on down. Yellow's trying to pursue that MCV. And Orange still has a power plant down here, and it's not being pursued. Maybe it's not being pursued by these APCs. We've got the rock harvester been pulled off the line. Rock harvester versus rock harvesters. And there is this construction yard, so Yellow has seen the construction yard. Don't go for the Tiberian Spike, go for the construction yard. That's a lot of harvesters by Orange. Sorry about that. Orange now has supply refinery there, getting some extra structures. This power plant has been either sold off or destroyed. Yellow, that's his army. Orange likely knows about that power plant there. This power plant is still alive. And Orange Marv is going to camp this region. I don't think Yellow can push forward and kill off all this infrastructure. If Orange just literally spams out power plants, he'd probably be just fine. You don't have to worry about production. You just need to worry about stalling. The Mars not going to make brave his way down south. War Factory deployed on the field, very nice. This is the last of Yellow's army, and Yellow's power plant's down in siege, and that's Yellow's last structure. That's going to be game. Oh, he did not realize the fact that he just ran past that power plant, didn't he? Yellow's not advancing forward, does have his APCs in the mix. Zone Shatterer now at veterancy. Leaving through some of these Predator tanks there. There goes the Zone Shatterer. Is there's simply just too much infrastructure for him to take out. So Yellow's power plant up north is not being hit. The heroic APC is getting some nice health regen there. It does take out that Predator tank. Yellow still has a Predator tank here. And the Marv will just simply hard counter anything there. Orange's pit bulls are there. Not realizing he went past that refinery. Is Orange going to whiff this game? Not finding Yellow's power plant? Or not realizing he found his power plant? Orange doing a good job of, or Yellow's doing a good job of hit and running Orange's space. Of course, Orange has economy. He has units to deploy out. Though a lot of these Predator tanks are getting camped one by one, he has this construction yard. Going for Guardian cannons wouldn't be half bad right now. There's the pit bulls, and that's going to be game. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. That was this one here. And yep, I think that's the last one in this patch, and I need to go to a different patch. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Kane's Draft replay. Spot on bottom left side as the orange GDI, we have Extremizer. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Spawn at his green Reaper 17 ally, we have Virusuru, I think. Spawn on top right side as the purple random GDI variant, we have Fields of Green, who's not green. And spawn as the Cyanod, who's also random, we have Abalester UA. Let's see now, that is, we got a Black Hand and we have Zocom. Black Hand, Zocom versus, was it GDI and Reaper 17. Typing Spike will be captured. Typing Spike will be captured. This one will be captured. And this one is being captured. Sorry about that. Still recovering. Rifleman squad will find the Cabal, but they did sustain a bit of Tiberium damage likely. And this Confessor Cabal will get some good hits there as well. That Rifleman squad has gone down. We got these Disintegrators advanced forward. That's a large number of Disintegrators. Remember, he's Reaper 17, not Traveler, so they can't go for fast legs. Purple does being down here, saying there's a threat there. Rifleman squad, 2 Rifleman squads, that's pretty good. Confessor Cabal is here to support as well. That's also pretty good. So there may be enough defense force here. Though he needs to hit those buzzers as soon as possible. Oh! Buzzers. Oh, that's not good. Do have a GDI Rifleman here, but is severely wounded. Not sure from what. Professor Cabal is now trying to gun down these forces. He has a great damage there. Buzzers not coming over to hit them. Professor Cabal maybe will save the Tiberium spike. It's getting pretty close. And that all gets cleaned up, mostly thanks to the Confessor Cabal. Up north, we do have, looks like this MCV did receive a bit of damage there. I'm not sure from what. Oh, it's a single Pitbull. That's what's causing it. This Pitbull getting a nice little scout there. It's unlikely we'll get any sort of kills. Pink has an MCV here, multiple power plants here. Purple is expanding down south. He may be trying to plant himself in the middle of all this Tiberium. Let's see. Orange has not planted himself in the middle of all this Tiberium. I do have quite a large number of pit bulls being pulled out. Nobody's going for blue Tiberium just yet. And of course got a Seeker engaging the Confessor Cabal. Confessor Cabals are good. I mean, that Confessor Cabal could have potentially 1v1 a Seeker right there. We do have this APC here, load up with a Rifleman. We do also have, looks like a Shredder turret here for defense for Cyan. I heard a ping, I think ping was right there. Multiple Seekers there, plus pit bulls. We got Shredder turrets in the region. APC does go down there. Rifleman inside the garrison could be swapped out for some rocket troops. Got some militant rocket squads from view. If his teammate can just get out of that garrison, the militant rocket squads could do some great covering fire. Looks like a bit of Tiberium damage there. That's what I saw. You now have a forward warp spear here, repairing up these Seekers. Looks like the refiner being pulled out. Professor Cabal will go down. Got some more militant squads, more riflemen. Seeker tanks are reverse moving in, now forward moving. And we do have this rifleman squad able to protect and pick up that Professor Cabal. The Seeker tank squad push on forward. There's not a lot of defense here. Missile squads can easily get overwhelmed. We do have a flame tank here. The flame tank, if it can get in range of the Seekers, could get some good damage in. But it's unlikely they'll probably get into range. Flame tank now trying to skirt around the flanks in order to hit that expansion. Down south we got Rifleman squad digging in. The Seekers can quickly displace them. Like that. But it does receive a bit of splash damage there, but there goes all the Rifleman models. We got a lot of infantry here. And pit bulls are falling back. Where's that flame tank? Did the flame tank go down? Flame tank? Yep, there's where the treads end, so the flame tank has gone down. Big man stand push forward. We got the The Black Disciples upgrade on these forces. And over here, see some pings, orange from orange. He must have did a scan over there and spotted the airfield. He is, of course, they're fighting against Zolcom, so they have to be worried about hammerheads. We can see hammerheads loaded up with some Lactus 5-fold infantry. And now we've got massive rocket APC advancing forward. Not all of them load up with rockets or missiles. Another flame tank here, gains some good fire damage, and does take out one of those pit bulls and manages to escape on through. Severely wounded, however. Seeker's backing on off. We do have these APCs pushing way forward. We got, looks like, some laser turrets deployed on the field. But that's beam cannon. APCs advancing forward. They don't appear to be loaded up with anything. He does use decoy there. Does draw quite a bit of fire for him. But there is a lot of APCs here. They're getting ranged Black Disciples, getting some extra damage right there. Got a lot of missile troops here. We've got some Shard Walkers over here. Shard Walkers could help deal with this force, but looks like this man spam will go on down. Laser beam cannons do go down as well. Shard Walkers just moving forward, not moving forward, or is a Q in this game, not attack moving forward. Harvester now seeing a bit of fire onto that. Trying to collect that blue Tiberium. We'll go down there. We got Dozer Blades here. We do have a couple APCs here. They could perhaps deploy out some landmines, but Seekers do, of course, reveal camouflage. More of these APCs pushing way forward. And some of these are loaded with missile squads. Scorpions just have a bit of a shooting gallery in front of them, but they're getting focused down thanks to armor-piercing rounds of those APCs. Now we do have a flame tank here. The flame tank could actually be reasonable versus the APCs. A lot of fire coming out, and that's a black flame tank that's going to be making its way forward, not being contested at the moment. I think a hand and nod's about ready to come on out. Nope, that's a refinery there. We do have multiple Scorpion tanks here. We do have the shred turrets here. No charged particle beams. Flame tank gains some damage there on multiple flame tanks here. We've got also Stratonfire jets there. This is a lot of APCs. He needs almost flight or 5. Flame tanks getting some great damage there. Does take out the warp factory there. The MCV does go down for the Black Kane player. And there's still just a lot of APCs here. They're very durable. Of course, playing Black Kane, you can't get lasers on your Scorpion tanks. Beam Cannon will be focused down as well. We got Shard Walkers here loaded up with shields. He may be able to go with the blue Shard relatively soon. APC's trying to stop this advance. Of course, the Sonic Emitters would be very useful. There needs to be Sonic Emitters over here, then cleave through those APCs. A lot of APCs here. Some with loaded rockets trying to deal with these swords. And the refinery does go down. APCs now pushing their way forward, getting a lot of damage from these power plants. They're just driving on through. So there's also some of this infrastructure there to get some Black Hand out. Not Black Hand. But Professor Cabal's get some good damage on in. But I think Purple is getting overran. Cyan still trying to build some more forces. There's just so many APCs. Scorpion tanks, more and more Scorpion tanks are just trying to be deployed on now. Some of these hearts are going down since they are, of course, Black Hand. They don't have stealth. Scorpion tanks getting overran. They do have, of course, base repairs. His teammate needed to go out with Sonic Emitter over here. One Sonic Emitter will just wipe out half of this force in one shot. Over here, we've got the Shard Walkers advancing forward. We have some Sonic Emitters here, but they're just getting out of range. And it looks like Cyan has backed out of the game, get fully actually annihilated. That was all of his structures. He actually got annihilated, didn't back out of the game. Purple will now have to do with 2v1 with a massive wave of wounded APCs advancing on forward. His traveler teammate can pull out those repair drones and help get them all repaired on up. Sonic Man is getting some great damage with his forces, locking down that region, but the APC can advance on forward. There is a Sonic Emitter here. Please do one of those APCs. We have ceramic armor on these forces. Mammoth tank now deployed on the field. And these Firehawks are getting shot on the deck. Some of these, a lot of this infrastructure is going down. Second man tank has deployed on the field. We got another lightning strike here hitting the sonic emitter. Sonic emitter is now turning his eye over here. Leap through nothing right there. Now going for this group here. And miss as well. Rocket harvesters, they're a little bit janky when trying to hit aircraft or anything really. There's a lightning strike there. Sonic emitter is still up and going. And these hammerheads will go on down. More hammerheads pushing way forward, but luckily Mammoth thinks missile launchers can take them out. There's a lot of blue type here. Orange ping this saying he's asking for somebody to claim it. Green's army here, just not exactly large. Let's get a massive wave of disintegrators. Disintegrators will be effective versus these Mammoth tanks, that's for sure. But they can be, of course, cleaved through by these sonic emitters. That's a lot of disintegrators. Handful of rifleman squads are pushing on forward for orange. Magenta's low in power. And stasis fields the airfield, disabling that for the time being. I wonder if the tech center is being stasis. Can it prevent high-end units being produced? War factory now seeing a bit of fire there. Disintegrators charging forward, trying to deal with that sonic emitter. Some of those disintegrators are getting cleaved through. Good hits there. There could be a deadly hit there, but no, he does take it out before that massive hit. Orca bomb run does come forward. Does sell off the tech lab there. Grenadiers getting some great damage there. These grenades are going to rip apart these disintegrators. This Grenadier may get heroic relatively soon. It's currently elite. Fires some great grenades there. Will we actually ever see a heroic Grenadier? This is the best chance for it. But it's going to get overran by all these forces. Now we're seeing a bit of hits there. Anti-Imperium poisoning. And now it gets up to elite. We got these infantry forces pushing way forward. We got a large number of watchtowers here. And the Grenadier does get wiped out thanks to the hammerheads. We got still an AA batter here. No tungsten armor piercing rounds. This force does get cleaned out up. Strato fire jets do push on forward. I'm not sure where though. This Firehawk is burning up, trying to go for a bomb run onto a power plant maybe, or just trying to get some reconnaissance. Sonic emitter does find a shot there, but the shields can withstand the hit for them. Still got some Mammoth tanks here. Mammoth tanks, of course, big, heavy armor. Sonic emitter just out of range to get some really good hits there. Harvesters are going on down. We also got Orca bottom run there. Mammoth tanks now firing away. They're getting hit significantly by these disintegrators. One Mammoth tank does go down. The other ones are falling on back. We do have some APCs in this region trying to gun down these disintegrators. All the disintegrators have been cleaned on up, being focused into a funnel there. And now some of these harvesters are exposed. Another war factory being deployed on out. More and more watchtowers being deployed out, trying to deal with all these disintegrators. Does save his harvesters, does lose that one there. Hammerhead's now advanced forward. The Mammoth tanks missiles can start hitting them, but it's focused on the war factory first. APCs are being focused on first. You gotta have these slingshots push way forward. No AA rounds. Oh, great cleave there, and the slingshots charge forward. It blows up a lot of those disintegrators. Riptides, the hammerheads does take out the power there as well, but it does do some good power micro to keep them online. A couple rifleman squads are in the mix as well. We do have, and purple does back of the game now. This is Ann Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That is likely my last replay for this patch, so I'm probably going to need to switch over to another patch now. Let's see now. Alright, I do have some from a different patch here that are loaded up properly. I guess 20 and R19 are able to expose differently. Let's load up this one quickly. It does load up properly. Perfect. And before I actually get started, sorry about that. I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. So, let's go and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Kane's Wrath replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the magenta GDI with I Am Raider. Spawn on the top left side as the red Mark of Kane, we have Dolphin Aurarium. Probably butchered that as well. Sorry about that, still having that cold. And we've got actually a full Awakened squad employed now, not being drafted out, so he's gone for full Awakened. At least one. We do have a Saboteur deployed on the field. Got a large number of these GDI Rifleman squads. Usually a single Awakened model can take out a Rifleman squad, if I remember correctly. So Awakened squad, a full Awakened squad, could potentially take out this entire force. That Awakened model does get killed off there. We do have these Awakens trying to push on forward. Does spot that wounded one, which will draw, allow him to get the full health one in. Quickly guns down that. Received a bit extra damage from this guy here. Does pick him off there. Did some severe damage to these squads, but they will go forward with their reconnaissance. We do have, of course, a war factory. Looks like that's a harvester. Does not aim for any sort of rush. We do have this rifleman squad advancing forward to get some more reconnaissance. And now we do have a shredder turret deployed on the field, but does not get the kill. This is Awakened squad's now advancing forward. We'll be able to get a good scout off, maybe disrupt his opponent with a single EMP grenade that lasts for about 1 second. And does get an EMP off on the MCV. Good damage on the MCV there, getting some good damage. And this MCV does deploy on out here to deal with this rifleman squad hitting him. You don't want to sustain any extra damage than you need to. You could sell off this power plant. Oh, there we go. And guns down that rifleman squad, no problem. Awakened squad getting some good damage there. Throws the EMP there onto the harvester as well. Very nice. These Awakened are advancing on forward. Of course, still have the rifleman squad up here to spot any attacks. And this Awakened squad will be gunned down. This Pitbull is moving around. Over here, do you have the Raider Buggy? He's good damage there on those scouts. That scout's now fully dead. Raider Buggies are just pushing forward to help keep this harvester alive. There's also some Awakened here. And red is now eyeing for expansion now. Got some attack bites here, but this is all more or less a force just to defend his harvester. Pitbull does get some damage there onto the raider buggy. And these pitbulls are pushing way forward. Does get a good volley onto that raider buggy, taking him out. He does go spot all these pitbulls, so he is going to have to worry about pitbulls to attack him. He does have a decent force of attack bikes, but that will get overwhelmed quite easily. Does spot the blue tib harvester now. He does take out that pitbull now. These pitbulls are advancing forward. This Awakened will receive a bit of fire there, but doesn't actually receive any hits. Attack bikes are pushing forward, a little bit too close. None of the pitbulls are going down, but almost all the attack bikes, no, good enough of them still alive. Pitbull's now falling back. Got some APCs here. And does get a nice EMP there, getting one of those pitbulls. Some decoys now being pulled on out. Holograms. Get some good hits there on those pitbulls. He may need to pull out some scorpion takes for defense. Just pulling out some more attack bikes there. APC's advancing on forward. And that attack bike does go down there. Got still this small group of attack bikes here. And now laser turret deployed on field. Getting some damage there, getting some good hits. These pitbulls are very, very wounded. Maybe able to pick a number of them off, but a lot of these attack bikes are having trouble staying in the area. Pitbull's now pushing way up north. We do have a bit of infrastructure up here, so can't be losing it. Attack bikes going down, pitbulls being cleaned on up as well. And attack bikes are quite wounded as well. Ooh, this harvester tried to grab some more blue tip, though it just wasn't any there to grab. Raider buggies can potentially deal with this force here. These pitbulls are a little bit wounded. Laser turret deployed on the field. Good damage there. This harvester has to see a bit of fire there. Does deploy on landmines there. Does get one of the harvesters thinks those landmines. The other harvester sees a bit of fire there, trying to reverse move it out of there, but there's some pitbulls on the retreat. Does take out another harvester there. Good EMP there, gets a number of those forces, but does get his own war factory as well. Scorpion tanks now being put on the field. Gains good kills on those pitbulls. Does save the scorpion tanks well. May just want to get it quickly repaired on up. And I've still got a massive number of pitbulls being employed on out. We got 2 refineries up here. Just one down here for the time being. Could rotate one of those harvesters up north. And it looks like there's one missile squad in here, but having trouble firing. Scorpion tanks, of course, can engage those pitbulls quite easily. We do have these pitbulls now moving around. No more. Oh, the laser turret is actually still there. He's a good damage there on these harvesters. One will go down, and the disruption missile does connect or fire. Scorpion tanks trying to pursue these pitbulls. Let's get a good volley there, taking out some of those pitbulls. There's actually quite a bit of overkill from those scorpion tanks as well. Up north, we got these APCs advancing forward. Looks like they're just all unloaded. And if those attack bikes will get gunned down, there's no AP rounds just yet. That may be on the field queue now. These guys are all making their way up north. Laser turret still in the region. Does laser fence that refinery, doesn't want to lose it. Attack bikes and raider buggies trying to intercept these force. Got these pitbulls advancing forward. Got the scorpion tanks in route as well. Power plant will go ahead and go on down. Did not put in the low power mode there. And an excellent EMP was there. A lot of these pitbulls will be closed down. We've got some landmines there. Scorpion tanks do not have dozer blades just yet. It looks like Machetta's force will be cleaned on up. We do have some more reinforcing APCs. He's also going for blue tib in the middle of the field. Not sure how much blue tib's there. Doesn't look like a whole lot. His APC's going down. Does use the decoys there. And Red has the Nod player and the Market Kane player has a lot of force here. Gains some great damage on those forces. Modal Watchtowers have been pulled on the field. Does have armor piercing rounds now. Got these forces rotating around, trying to find these pit bulls. Does find them engaged on these pit bulls. Raider Buggy's doing a good job of soaking shots for the attack bikes. And some of those attack bikes do in fact go down. Attack bikes finding some angles there. And some of the attack bikes are going down, but the Raider Buggies do absorb a lot of shots there, and the Nod player does back out of the game now. This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Sorry about that. Let's see, which replay was that? That was, I think, that one there. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Kane's Draft replay. So on the north side or south side as the yellow Nod, we have Chef B2002. So on the north side as Cyan Zocon, we have Mr. Gurkin. I'm not really familiar with this map. We do have a Tiberian's spike here, as well as up here. A lot of mountainous passes here, that's for sure. A lot of narrow paths as well. So stuff that will go up those passes will be in more or less a choke point. Let's see, is there any garrisons here? Looks like none of these are garrisons. Saboteur is pushing forward, going to claim that Tiberian spike. We do have this rifleman squad advancing on forward. Does get inside that garrison. That's an actual garrison. Higher health, low health. And over here, this rifleman squad does get a bit of Tiberian poison there. Finds this house on the high ground. Now do got a Tiberian silo being deployed on out. And that militant squad will easily go down. It's got another refinery there. Looks like a harvesters. Over here. That looks like a harvester to me. And as well as a refinery as well. So both sides eyeing the eco up. Raider Buggy coming for a nice scout. Very nice. We'll spot his opponent going for economy, which does give him an idea of what he should prepare for. And since there's nothing to prepare for other than just eco, he doesn't have to. He can either have a choice of go for aggressive play, or he can be a bit more defensive. MCV pushes way forward. Some more power plants spawned in the field. I don't know why, it looked like that bird was seeing a bit of fire there. Keep on seeing things there, it's just a pit bull firing stuff as it drives around. Sign's now expanding out as well. Yellow has expanding out. Of course, Cyan does have a bit more map control, has a couple of these garrisons garrisoned. And looks like this attack bikes or Raider Buggies getting some decent damage there on the MCV. Do not get close enough to interrupt it. And the Harvesters get some good damage there. Raider Buggies now being pursued by Rocket APC. And will go down to the Rocket APC. Attack bike receiving a bit of fire there now. And he is going to see a refinery being poured out. refinery does go down. Let's take out the radar buggy there. I do got a second war factory plant in the field. Scorpion tank has been put on the field, but it does find immediately 2 Predator tanks. Scorpion tank does go down. Oh, we got a hologram there. Not sure why he went for the hologram. He must assume that this one's going to push on forward, but he did not. More rocket APC being loaded on up. And now we got a disruption missile here. Maybe trying to panic his opponent. Garrison structure will be ungarrisoned. And we got a load of blue Tiberian has been claimed by the Nod player. Force of pushing way forward, gets good damage there. Takes out one of those Scorpion tanks there. One of the Predator tanks do in fact go down. Good focus fire coming out by both sides. There's a couple APCs remaining. One Predator. Looks like the Scorpion tanks are being picked up by these Predator tanks as well. And, oh, Flame tanks. Whoa, how did I miss this? Flame tanks pushing me forward. Takes out one of the refineries there. Taking out the tech lab would be very, very nice. Tech lab has gone down. Disruption missile again. Trying to disrupt his opponent, of course. Oh, it's something. That's a hologram. There's actually multiple holograms there. It looks like all the actual flame tanks are down.
Assembly complete.
Now we do have a Marv to pull down the field. Immediately loaded up. Looks like 2 zone raiders, 1 missile troop, and 1 repair engineer. Should be very, very deadly, but also does defend himself slightly against aircraft. We also got Parasite beam silos here, so Yellow may have been floating a lot of cash. We got some disruption towers here as well. Very nice. Sign has not really took a chunk out of this field just yet. Needs another refinery to support out these harvesters. Maybe a 2-5 ratio then. Another disruption there. Which he is going to try to hit these blue Tiberium harvesters. These 2 blue Tiberium harvesters need to bail out of there. Don't go for a full load. And this one with a full load will be gunned down. The other one will likely be gunned down as well. I don't think he's going to get both either of those harvesters back. Scorpion takes advancing forward. Now we've got the Marv advancing forward as well. We have the militant squad firing some bullets against him. It's not going to do much. Hammerhead's now pushing way forward as well. Militant rocket squad gets good damage there. These Tiberian silos making pretty good tank traps. Now here comes Avatar. He does not have EMP coils. That's hopefully EMP coils. Avatars are starting to go on down. Avatars are not tripods that can't get EMP off. Let's lose the Avatar now. He needed that alive. Disruption towers to see if it hits there. Not being focused down by the Hammerhead. Does have AP rounds. Disruption tower does go ahead and go on down. Over here we got lasers. That was not EMP Scorpions. It does pull out some landmines there, but the Scorpion tanks have dozer blades, so they can able to drive through those the minefield no problem. Scorpion tanks will do some great damage there. We've got also more Tiberian silos here, like he's trying to do a stealth wall basically with those silos. We've got a SAM turret there. Probably could put the node behind the Tiberium silos. Catalyst missile does take out that infrastructure there. Very nice. Does get him his own forces damage a little bit. Nothing. Got some missile squads here, but they all get killed off there. And now we do have EMP coils as well. Do have avatars trying to engage the Marv now, but the Marv should EMP war off relatively soon. Here comes another EMP buggy. Does get the EMP off, but does also EMP his own avatar there. Almost like his light is now in range. Let's get this EMP buggy over here. Also puts some Tiberian size of low power. Somehow those can be EMP'd. Because some more hammerheads there. They're starting to focus on these EMP buggies, but now going to try to hit those hammerheads. Not hammerheads, avatars. Marv is almost down. Marv is down. And now he doesn't have any. He needs more anti-aircraft here to try to draw them towards the SAM silo. There's another SAM silo there. No TID-4 missiles. Since he's gone for destruction towers, it's probably a good idea to not go for quad turrets. New guy still have an Avatar Husk here. Has not rebuilt the refineries. Has to long live his harvest to get enough credits in order to get our refinery over there. Assuming how long is harvesting, Yellow needs to start long as harvesting to get any sort of income. This Avatar Husk has not been destroyed out by that rifle squad. Bit of an oversight, I would say. Oh, and this Avatar Husk is almost destroyed. And there's an engineer to pick up the Avatar Husk. Do now have a Spectre artillery deployed on the field. You got a large number of pit bulls in APCs and a Predator tank in this region. That must have been the wounded Predator tank from earlier this match. Now it seems to reinforcements there. Does not have Tiberium field suits, so these missile squads will be poisoned when they go across. Or I should just throw this missile squad inside of one of these APCs. They're all loaded up. Find these harvesters as well, taking them out very, very good. Yale's economy has greatly stalled out. There's the MCV there. Not enough credits to pull out anything. He needs to stop building whatever's in this engineer redeeming facility. He needs credits. Stealth tank receiving a bit of fire there. Stealth scan does come forward as well. The Black Hand will be focused down. Good there by the Spectre artillery. Avatar is being focused down as well. Some of these APCs are very, very wounded. Like this one here could be focused down. Spectre artillery does get a hit there on the Predator tank. And now, another destruction missile there. And we've got TID-4 missiles there hitting these hammerheads. But thanks to the ceramic plating, it's able to withstand a lot more abuse. We got the stealth tank being good harassment there, get some great damage there, and we'll get gunned down and destroyed. Looks like blue or yellow's bring back some blue tib. He needs that refinery as soon as possible. Redeemer does come out.
The Redeemer has risen.
He will need to get an engineer there, and maybe a good idea to also go for a missile squad rather than a Black Hand, because he's going to be fighting against some hammerheads. Might as well get some defense. Oh, wait a second. There's a decoy there. I got really confused there. Yep, the Spectre's also decoy. You can see down here there's no abilities. Got the engineer. We got the Black Hand loaded on up.
Marv assembly complete.
And now we do have in fresh Marv. We got some Zone Raiders here. One of them quite wounded. Missile squad as well. No engineer yet. We got some Venom spawn on the field that should be effective versus those hammerheads. They're probably just meant for anti-aircraft purposes. Another disruption missile being fired out, and that hologram does wear off. Does get the race generator there. Wait, you can shoot yourself with the race generator? I did not realize you can actually shoot yourself with the squad. I know the hallucinogenic grenades can do that, but I did not realize the race generator did that as well. Spectre artillery firing away as well. Rolls a miss. There's, of course, a missile launcher onto this Marv here for good anti-aircraft defense. The bull's being pulled out as well. Good hits there from the Spectre artillery and from the Redeemer. Spectre will go down. It does go down. Right now, the Zone Raider launchers are out of range as well. They go now they're in range. Now here comes a shockwave artillery coming forward. Hammerheads as well. There's too many pickles and APCs in this region. This Venoms will go down. Got the landmine drop here, getting some serious damage from the Marv. Venoms all have gone down. The verticals do get some damage in as well. We may see another rage there. And the Redeemer does go down, taking out the rest of these landmines. MCV's receiving the hits there. Has not been able to pull out a refinery here. Venom will go ahead and go on down. Marv has received quite a bit of abuse, so it'll take a bit of time for him to get repaired up by that mounted engineer. Vertigo does go down as well. We have, looks like one Vertigo in the air somewhere. Oh, it stays alive there. And Nod does not go down just yet. Couple Venoms here. Venoms can't really do much versus the Marv. Going for the ground forces there. Does get a good hit down the Pitbull, taking it out. So there goes a stealth detection. Another disruption missile there. Disruption tower is also on the field as well. More Venoms. I'm not sure what those Venoms plan to do. Venoms do take up the missile squads there. Very nice. Vertical gets a good hit there on the Predator tanks. He needs to do immediately a Rage Generator. Rage Generator does connect. I'm going to take out some of those Predator tanks there. Venom's now trying to hit that Marv. It looks like it's a Zone Raiders or missile squads loaded in the back of these Hammerheads. There are just missile squads. Yeah, that whole signature generator. I love how it's like, oh, it can look like multiple units on the minimap. Nobody can really... This minimap's pretty hard to tell. Oh, got a cloaking failure there onto the Redeemer now. There's no engineer load in the back there, just a black can. Another EMP there. Does throw out some landmines there from the APC. Vertigo's coming on in. Get some good damage there. It does take out one of those verticals as well. Who do have the Rage Generator there, taking out one of those avatars, the captured avatar. Venom's getting some good damage there onto the Hammerheads, but they do fall back in time. There's a lot of veteran missile squads in the back there. The Marv does go down. This Hammerhead will go down. Neither player has expanded down in the center just yet. Yellow's MCV has not been rebuilt either. Venom's push way forward. Getting some damage there. Vertigo's pushing way forward. We got Engineer here. Engineer's now dead. Oh, that was some sort of bombing. Okay, Vertigo bomber deployed out some landmines there. Very nice. He's getting a bit closer there to get the Black Hand mount firing. Could possibly throw engineers on the back of that. And the Space Fleet Command will get focused down. We may want to sell it off to get some credits. It's pretty valuable. And sells off for a little bit of credits there. Missile launchers on the Zone Raiders do get a nice volley off. Another disruption. This Marv. Since it's not really Iron Expand, he could use that Marv to cleave through those central fields to get some extra income. So it's not infrastructure off to get some credits. Pitbull's not charging forward, trying to get some damage here. One of these power plants is severely wounded. Vertigo coming for a bomb run. Does get one of the Pitbulls there and goes down. Those Pitbulls hadn't moved. That Vertigo could have potentially took out 4, maybe all of them. That Vertigo missed as well and will be destroyed as well. Losing those Verticos, they're expensive. Parser will go and go on down there. Marv is still very much alive. I'm not sure where the Redeemer may have went. The Redeemer could be just straight up dead, but the Mars has plenty of health, so maybe not. That's a rifle spot on Tiberium poisoning. I don't know what happened to the Redeemer. I'm just trying to find a yellow beacon or some sort of yellow icon. Oh, there's the Redeemer, all the way back here. Of course, Redeemer cannot be healed up from air bay repair drones. It's not what's it called? Rotor 3. Now I got some Zone Raiders loaded on back. Going for double Zone Raider, 1 missile, 1 engineer again. And wait a second, he doesn't even have a war factory. There is no war factory on the field. I did not realize that. I thought he still had a war factory, but since there's no war factory, he only has this airfield for production. Mars going to take a swipe out of this Tiberium field. It's going to be really, really good for Cyan. Both sides are just starving on Tiberium. Yellow doesn't have... He has an MCV. Yeah, Yellow MCV's now... Cyan's MCV's now pushing way forward. Got the Tiberium spike here. Get focused down by these Venoms. Now got another disruption missile as well. Constantly firing that off. He could, let's see. He could sell off one of these refineries there to get out a militant squad to get thrown inside the Redeemer. Might as well throw something in there. Doesn't want to get rid of the tech lab. He can get another Black Hand from the operations center. Going for quad turret for 1 structure wouldn't be that important. Oh, Venoms do go down a little bit there. That's a good defensive number of Pitbulls. Swiping out all the Siberian, very nice. And besides, maybe eyeing for a refinery right here on the blue tib. Pitbulls not being focused down by these Venoms. And those Pitbulls do go down there now. Was that a power plant there? Not so sure what he's planning at the moment. He does have a decent flow of Tiberium. Oh, does find the landmines there. None of them do go down. Some of those pit bulls do go down to the landmines. And all this green tip has been claimed. Goes for another disruption. Let's take a quick look at each player's Tiberium. Cyan has a small reserve, nothing too significant, and the Kane's and the
our base is under attack.
Nod player does not have a whole lot of anything. Vertigo will see some misses here from these pit bulls. Just may want to drop a bomb. Dropped his bomb and failed. Now the Vertigo may go down. Does go down right there. Let's go for a raise generator there. Maybe we'll get some good damage. Nope, most of these guys were not affected. Marv's now trying to hunt down the Redeemer. Got a good number of Venoms here. Another, what's it called? Jamming missile there. And the Redeemer has been spotted there, and now the Hammerhead's trying to come in to respond to it. Hopefully that's a Firehawk. Right now he's been needing Firehawks a long time ago. And Firehawk does actually get taken out there. Hit Bulls getting some great damage there onto those Venoms. Hammerheads receiving lots of fire there. Venoms see a bit more damage there. Does have a AA battery here. Low in power. Does do some power micro. And gains some good hits there onto the Redeemer. Redeemer's on Veteran C1. Veteran. But the Marv should be able to take out that Redeemer no problem. And even if we took out the Warp Factory, his opponent still has an MCV here. Economy's getting back online. He could sell some of this infrastructure off, but here comes the AA battery, get some damage there. His opponent can now only deploy out aircraft, Venoms, and Vertigos. Marv can advance forward with impunity and take this stuff out. He does have, of course, a rocket in placement as well for good defensive damage. Sells off the tech lab there, very nice. Not sure why he hasn't deployed out a refinery down there. Built it right there. Venom's pushing way forward. Does finally get out a harvester there, and immediately gets focused down. Hammerhead does draw some fire there, which actually does save him. We do have also the slingshot here as well. Gains some great damage here. Good AoE damage from that pit bull. And good hits there by the Marv, taking out a couple of those Venoms. This harvester will go ahead and go on down. Doesn't have a whole lot of blue tip claim. But it still needs those harvesters, that's for sure. Hammerhead does go down. Got another slingshot here. Multiple slingshots here. Getting some great damage there on those Venoms. How many harvesters does Cyan have? Just one. Ugh. He needs all that infrastructure there, so he can't sell any of that off. He does need another power plant. Does get another harvester out, very good. Now Marv's now making his way forward. With 2 slingshots in this region, this Marv will definitely not go down. You'll need a lot of Venoms anyway to take out the Marv with that missile mount. a SAM site there. Very nice. All that stuff is not that important. Disruption Tower does come out. He needs to put aggressive. He must have attack order. Now here comes Venoms. We do have, of course, the A battery here for defense. Got slingshots here, as well as a pit bull. All these power plants going down. Mars cleaning through Yellow's base. Sells off that power refinery there. It's going to need a lot of vertical bombing runs to take on this Marv. He needs verticals for that. Venoms will not be able to destroy this base before the Marv destroys his base. We do got actually a bit of mine drop there deployed out by the Nod player. Marv will go ahead and close on in. If he takes out the airfield, that's basically game. Slingshots are still in the region as well. Just pull all his forces here, and he will keep that stuff alive. Venom's not going to try to dive in onto this Marv. It's not going to go well. Air tower does go down. Yeah, and that Marv is nowhere near to death. Once this refinery goes down, that is going to be game, and Yellow just backs out the game now. This is Android saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Not really a high-tension game, was it? Let's see now. Next replay. Ooh, that was this one. Battle Base Reverberation, was that called? I'm not sure if I'm doing that map. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Kane's Wrath replay. Spawn on the north side as the Indigo Steel Talons. We have I Am Raider. Spawn on the bottom side as the red random Nod variant. We have Dark Apprentice. Let's see now what Nod variant he is. Oh, there's the Hayden Nod, and he is Nod. So Vanilla Nod versus Steel Talons. Engineer being employed out in the field. This is not a Relic 3 map, so this is not something you can capture. Though it seems like something you could capture. Let's see, in the bottom right there's a EMP center. I see the saboteurs. There is a EMP or a Tiberian spike there and Tiberian spike there. Why did he... Okay, he's going for this Tiberian control... This... Not Tiberian. This EMP control center as well. So Nod is eyeing for all the capturable structures. GDI as well. But not for the EMP control center. So the Nod player will have EMP in the near future. Also play out Saboteur this direction here. And maybe there's a Q move over here. The crane in the water there. Interesting. So I'm just sort of admiring this map. Definitely a custom map, that's for sure. Definitely Relic 3 inspired, I guess. Oh, he finds that Saboteur there. So he does kill off the Saboteur. Depowers the Hand and Nod. You could try selling up the Hand and Nod to get that ball to run over some infantry units. Yes, that ball can crush infantry units as it gets destroyed or sold off. Now I do have a mobile repair transport pushing way forward. Raider Buggy, of course, will kill off these riflemen. This Tiberian spike has not been claimed. This one has. So where's that other Saboteur? There's a Saboteur. So to see, let's put on health bars. We got a militant squad over here trying to protect the Tiberian, not Tiberian, EMP control center. And this Tiberian spike has been secured now. Engineer deployed on the field. MCV does pack on up. MCV, can MCV crush an engineer? Sells off the Hand and Nod there to gun down the engineer. Very nice. And mobile repair transport, maybe eyeing for some landmines. Ooh, he did some great damage right there. And since he can repair himself, it's hard for him to actually be gunned down by a militant squad. Up north, we got the radar buggy getting some damage on these harvesters, heavy harvesters. There's also a militant squad here, getting some damage. And it does load up a rocket squad in the back on these heavy harvesters. Wait, what? The Steel Talons MCV is now pushing on forward, and that is not a second MCV. So we're going to see a very aggressive game played out by the Steel Talons player. He can pull out forward War Factory in order to get Titans to dance around. In fact, Titans are pretty good against the enemy opponent's infrastructure because they can shoot over it. The Steel Talons MCV has now been deployed on out. Does he see this? What does he see?
Building.
He immediately sees that. He did not see that MCV whatsoever. Now we got a watchtower here. Scorpion tank on the field. We've got a combat engineer on the field trying to go for capture. Scorpion tanks are not hitting that engineer. Sells it off. Does get the crush there on the engineer. War Factory plot there. Low power on the Guardian cannon. Another engineer on the field trying to hide from that War Factory likely. But will be gunned down by the Raider buggy. Guardian cannon is getting some great damage there onto not being repaired up Scorpion tank. Football's pushing way forward, trying to get some damage here. We've got the mobile repair transport as well that can repair up this forward units. But it himself is getting hit significantly. He's trying to go for landmines there, but was unable to get the landmines off. Guardian cannon still firing away, getting some great damage there. Another engineer deployed on the field, but it's getting gunned down. Just stop both those engineers, they're expensive. Another Guardian cannon deployed on the field, the other one has gone down. This push is not going too low. Got also forward refiner harvester here. Another engineer deployed on the field, still not being effective. Two Guardian cannons in here. Guardian cannons are doing a good job of focus firing, so now we do have a War Factor here. Does lose that heavy harvester. This Guardian cannon's almost gone down. Got another Guardian cannon here. Sells off that other one that was basically dead. Now the rifle squad gets some good hit there on the militant squads. This Guardian cannon is getting focused on quite a bit. Now we've got a Titan here. He can use his infrastructure to his advantage. And plus receive free repairs. However, the Titan's going for crushes. Does get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 crushes there by that Titan there. Looks like he may be a bit low in credits. Goes out another refinery there. He should not have sold off that War Factor in my opinion. He could throw something in the back of that heavy harvester. So says a rocket squad. Got Guardian cannon here as was Watchtower. Watchtower's going to gun down all the rocket squads. He needs to manually control it, take out those rocket squads. Another engineer squad on the field. There's no Raider buggies, but the militant squad is gunning down, does gun down the engineer there. We have another War Factory deployed out here, facing a good direction there to get out tight in this direction. Heavy Archer now seeing some repairs. Perhaps come back on off, pick up a militant rocket squad. Not militant rocket squad, missile squad. Guardian cannons receiving a bit of fire there. He needs to put Guardian cannons behind his infrastructure now. Watchtower now being put on the front line. We do have 2 crushes there by the Titan as well. Watchtower does go down there. Titan just firing away happily. Another power plant right there. That maybe the power plant's out. Let's Watchtower in the back line. Very, very nice. More Titans wouldn't be half bad. So honestly, right now, more Watchtowers probably be a bit better than trying to go for more Guardian cannons. He needs the extra 8 infantry now. Guardian cannon does deploy on the front line. Titan still receiving a bit more fire there. Another Watchtower there. Very, very nice. It's able to gun down these militant rocket squads. What is this player's going for? Ooh, the refinery does get sold off there. He's expanding out over here. He's starting to slowly abandon this region. Titan, however, there's still a large number of Titans here. Command post being put on the front line as well. He needs to get for his armor piercing rounds as soon as possible for his Watchtower. We've got multiple laser turrets here for defense. Titans, however, are very, very durable. It does get Black Hand burning down this command post. Goes for a Tiberian silo there, but these laser turrets can fire through such structures. Multiple Black Hands deployed on the field. We've got a large number of turrets here. Slowly whittling down these Titans. He needs to focus fire these Titans a little bit better, but it's probably hard to do that because he just can't select all these turrets at once. So I have to basically rely on the auto-targeting with them. He's got a number of these Titans as well. watchtowers getting focused down now. And now some of these laser turrets going down. He's starting to hit these hubs. Titans try to go for a crush there, unsuccessful. Another Titan does go down. One Titan remains, sells off that refinery there. No point trying to harvest right there. Laser turret does go down there. We've got multiple watchtowers in this region. We still got a nod war factor here. Ooh, verticos, very, very nice. The command post is still up. Oh, that's not a vertigo, that's a venom. That was a bad idea. He should not have deployed out these Venoms. These Venoms do not have high enough damage output. The MCV, however, is packed on up, so there's no A in the area. And the Venoms don't really have high enough damage output to really put hurt on. He does use the focus fire repair ability there in order to get the Titan quickly repaired on up. We do got 2 refineries here, as well as enough harvest for them. He could pull out a 3rd refinery, get enough, and actually support the number of harvesters. This base back up here has been cleaned on up. This base is already cleaned on up. So GDI Player is going to be running on fumes at the moment. He does have a construction yard here. There's quite a bit of force here, but quite a bit of it is actually quite wounded. Okay, he does not go across the bridge. Those Venoms could potentially focus fire down the bridge. Got a good number of militant rocket squads here. Venoms could pick up any of the riflemen. And now got a number of engineers to on the field. He's going for his opponent's Tiberian spikes. Very nice. I wonder how much this will change if the Nada player actually would have managed to gather that EMP spike. Because that EMP spike could have got at least 2 EMPs off that engagement. Venoms pushing way forward. One of these refineries could be sold, on off. It does have, of course, a battery there. And does throw a rocket squad inside that harvester in that, or that maybe the same one's still there. Very nice. Mine drop right here. Ooh, takes out both of those harvesters as well. And the GDI player needs that Tiberium severely bad. Good damage there. I'm not sure where the rest of this harvester may have went. This game can still go either way. Titan's getting some much needed repairs, which is very good. Venom's having trouble harassing this area because of that AA turret. And now he does spot that airfield, which is very important. So he does have a large number of militant rocket squads here. Does have the Confessor Cabal upgrade. The Confessor upgrade. Which I don't think these guys actually fire with a gun. They just fire off the hallucinogenic grenades. No, they do actually fire their rifle shots, don't they? That must have been changed. Good damage there. Does get the Tiberium fusion there to increase the health. As well as prevent Tiberium poisoning. Hallucinogenic grenades do connect as well. And all those rifleman squad doesn't get cleaned up thanks to the fact that the Confessor Cabal upgrade does come out. We do also have the militant squads blowing out of the field. He did sell off all his watchtowers in this region, and now got the Venoms pushing way forward as well. Watchtower deployed on the field, no AP rounds. He doesn't have foxholes either. Foxhole, if he would have put him out some foxholes, that would have been quite good. Yeah, the missile squad will get them out of there quickly. We do have an AA turret here, just try to deal with those Venoms slowly. Titan's going to receive massive amounts of fire there. One of them do go down. Ooh, Shadow squads. Shadows do put some hurt onto the command post. Now this watchtower is still slow and flying around. The second's going to come in for a crush. Gets chasing down all these forces who do now have AP rounds loaded on up. And he's trying to go for this command post there. If you take out the command post, there's no more AA. Now there's no more AA. A lot of these infantry squads are now being crushed by the Titan, but it still has a good number of watchtowers here for defense. As well as a lot of power here. Perhaps he could sell off some of those power plants. Sells off the refinery. Perhaps could just kept that around and sell off some of those power plants. Over here, he does have some good defense still here, as well as a lot of wounded harvesters, but they're still alive in good numbers. Northern Rock Squad's getting gunned down by these watchtowers. Titan's still alive. And those are Bloodhounds, which he is going to get a pair of veteran Wolverines from that. Oh, the Wolverines don't come veteran. Interesting. Those Pitbulls will quickly go down, but those Wolverines are what he really wanted them for. And they'll get focused down quite quickly. Venom slowly gunning down these Tiberian spikes. He has... Red has claimed one of the Tiberian spikes. Indigo has 3. Got a good number of militant rock squads being deployed on out, making their way up north. Just a full man spam by the Nod player. And I see him not changing from that. He does have the MCV. He may want to pull out Warframe just in case. You can actually take time to garrison up some of these structures to prevent any sort of like hammerheads to start coming on in or something. Speaking of which, we got hammerheads being deployed on in. Gonna load up some riflemen. There we go. Barracks. He needs riflemen in the back of them. Though there's a lot of these missile squads. He does have to garrison some of these garrisons. Got some Wolverines here. The Wolverines can overwhelm. Now here comes the hammerheads. He probably doesn't have enough anti-rifleman squads to load up on the end of them. They're going to go on down. And he's just sort of running away. He probably should have stood and fight. I don't think he's going to run away from them. Good splash damage there. Next rocket will take out... Oh, nope, he does save both that one. But got this man stand pushing way forward, taking out that refinery line. Not like it was providing much, but some is better than nothing, especially when you don't already had invested. Those forces all get cleaned on up. Looks like these Tiberian spikes are being cleaned on up. There is this one remaining, as well as this one. One for each player now. Oh! Loading up Grenadiers. That's interesting. That could be very effective. These hammerheads are starting to go down. He needs the Grenadier one to charge him forward and go for a drive-by. Grenades are raining on it, and look at that force! I can't tell if that was from the Grenadier or from the Pitbulls, the Pitbull mortar. That entire man spam force went down in almost an instant. Probably both the Pitbull mortars and the grenades had something to do with that. Great AoE damage there. Scatter move over there. Probably a good idea to get some of these garrisonable structures to prevent those hammerheads from moving around the map freely. And how these Venoms going to receive some fire from these Pitbulls. And some of them do, in fact... Well, at least one just goes down. He does save the Tiberian spike there. As Pitbull sort of just camping out all the regions. This structure here is not garrisonable. Red is out of Tiberium here. He could expand up here. Maybe Long's harvesting's more than plenty though. Green does have a bit of Tiberium here to play around with. He may be eyeing for expansion now. Both players have been cleaned up blue tip, at least red has. Oh. That hammerhead had a aggressive descent. There's actually, let's see, there's like at least 3 grenadiers here. 1, 2. 3. Looks like 4 grenadiers loaded up onto these hammerheads. So there's a lot of grenadiers in these hammerheads now. EDI players also claim some of this Tiberium. Venom's still down here. Pitbull's camping both sides, so they're just sort of stuck there now. Oh, very good. Getting inside this structure there will help also deny the blue tib. And he does have grenadiers inside these garrisons, so my idea of actually having him just garrison all the structures nearby is actually not that useful, because there goes the grenades, clear out the structure. Gonna quickly take out these harvesters now. Grenades do rain out in. Grenades do also do decent damage versus buildings. So you can actually take time to deal with the buildings themselves. Ooh, low in power. Hit the power plants, hit the power plants, hits the good power plant there. No Tid Core missiles as well. Going for the operations center, trying to get it down. Does get it down, so no more SAM sites. But ooh, a lot of these hammerheads are very wounded from those missile squads. Maybe good idea just to pull it back. That is neutral. And now it's dead. But these hammerheads may need to fall back. There's a lot of damaged hammerheads there. Wait, what? He actually managed to grab some green tib there and almost got full loads on all 3 of those. Does get this. One of those missile squads are fully heroic. These missile squads are still alive, but getting splashed down thanks to the pit bulls. Dancing around, we've got a good number of Scorpion tanks as well as militant rocket squads here. Pit bull mortars training on in, but the Scorpion tanks are firing, but they're unupgraded Scorpion, not even Dozer Blade. Pit bull mortars do get some damage there. Hammerheads advancing forward, trying to deal with these forces, trying to gun down these infantry forces. Hammerheads are almost all down. There's only one that's decently healthy. Hammerheads charging on forward as well, trying to get any sort of damage in. Grenades raining on in. And a lot of these militant rocket squads are down. More grenades raining on in. Getting some great AoE damage on these forces, but the militant rocket squads will take out the last of those hammerheads. Ooh, there's a redemption power, but it is far, far too late. Now we do have these awakened squads there. EMPs do miss. The redemption power is quite cheap. It's like, what, 750?
Insufficient funds.
Unit under attack.
It is
Our
750.
base is under attack.
Like, if he would have cast out a little bit sooner, he would have got a lot of Waken there to bulk up his force. Red, what? Okay, there's Red's NCV. He still has a refinery there, as well as some harvesters there, all playing Tiberium to collect there for the time being. No more war factory. Destruction towers been turned back online. And these Firehawks were set aggressive, so they actually were thrown off by that destruction tower. Let's take out the destruction tower now. So there's a tech lab here as well. Blue's basically out Tiberium, trying to grab some blue tib. We had this Firehawk pushing way forward. Multiple Firehawk bomb runs on the SAM turret. Turns out the tech lab there, very good. And without tip core missiles, those SAM sites will have a bit of trouble. Tech lab's still up and going. Does that refiner here? Going for more what's it called? Militant rocket squads. He does not have access to the redemption power anymore. One refinery there. He probably can't go even more than that. He could rotate 2 of these harvesters up north in order to get it collecting. Does go ahead and start rotating 2 of them up north. Firehawk's pushing way forward, trying to I-4 bomb run. There's a lot of juicy targets here for him. Refinery does go down now. Oh, there's actually 2 airfields work. Get some massive bomb runs there. Got 2 airfields. This one just needs repairs. The other airfield's right there. So a lot of various watchtowers here. He doesn't want to be caught off guard by another man span. Probably a good idea to sell off that SAM site. No missiles actually connect right there. Maybe a good idea just to go back to base now. The blue tip here. So one of those harvesters could go up there and get some Tiberium. Operations point forward on out. He's probably going to go for the liquid Tiberium core power plants now. War factor does go down to all of those Firehawks, and I just heard a Marv. Yep, Marv assembly has been completed. Probably not a good time to go for that. You don't. That's a very expensive investment right there. Do not got a tower push into a SAM site. I'm sure that's really a tower push. Pitbull Mortar missed a very static target there. You have one job, Pitbull Mortar, and you're not very good at that. You're only good in large numbers, not by yourself. Some of these Firehawks have gone down. 3 went down here. None went down there. Attack bikes are pushing on forward, getting some great damage there. Still no tip core missiles. And this mine run will connect with the ground. Firehawk does go down there. Good farm runs across multiple structures there, but loses a large number of Firehawks. Oh, there's no more refinery. He has a tib spike. That's it. He has no refinery on the field or any sort of infrastructure. He has to wait for the tib spike to give him enough tib to get back in the game. So he's going to just take time, hit the Firehawks on the deck, which is very good. Find some exposed. Oh, that is a orbital strike. That is a massive waste. Why is he throwing that much tib if he called an orbital strike? Attack bikes will not be able to advance down there. And now got a fully heroic attack bike, able to quickly heal himself up. There's the Space Uplink Command, and there's the Marv, completely unloaded. Marv does get a kill there. And now he has to rely on a man spam to deal with a Marv, which is unupgraded. In fact, selling up that watchtower, loading up some riflemen wouldn't be half bad, as MCV got severely hit there. Another watchtower pull out of there in a good position. Shockwave artillery raining on in somewhere. Right there. More of these towers being blown out. MCV is currently stunned. And more watchtowers being blown out. He does have a Black Hand squad there. Attack bike pushing on forward as well. Gets a kill there onto the Pitbull, but does go down to the Marv. Garrison has been playing, but it's loaded up with some militant rifleman squads. And the Marv is not under any sort of threat, really. Going for the Black Hand now, for the Hand and Nod now, and sells off everything there. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I'm probably going to call the stream there, though. I'm a little bit sick, and right now my throat's getting a bit too agitated for talking so much. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good night, have a good evening, and get some good rest.